Larry Hogan announces he's running for U.S. Senate, while the former Maryland governor says he's fed up with politics. Lawmakers meet in Annapolis for day 2 of discussions on Democrats' new juvenile crime plan, why the proposed bill is gaining bipartisan support. A Baltimore woman experiences back-to-back car thefts, and more residents share similar experiences, with thieves showing no signs of slowing down.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News at 6.
Good evening, and thank you for staying with us. I am Rebecca Pryor. Former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan has announced that he is running for Senate. He's hoping to flip the seat and become Maryland's first Republican senator since 1987. The decision marks a surprise turnaround for Hogan, a moderate who had previously considered a presidential bid. He sat down with Fox 45 News back in March and said that he had decided that he would not seek the GOP nomination. In today's campaign video, the two-term Republican governor describes how his administration overcame unprecedented challenges. He cut taxes 8 years in a row, balanced the budget, and created a record surplus. Hogan says now he's fed up with politicians in Washington and wants to change things.
Maryland is known as the state of middle temperament. We believe in common decency and common sense. Like the exhausted majority of Marylanders, I'm completely fed up with politics as usual. The politicians in Washington seem to be more interested in arguing than in actually getting anything done for the people they represent. Enough is enough.
During Hogan's tenure as governor, he found national recognition as one of the rare Republicans willing to criticize former President Donald Trump. As of now, 7 Republicans have filed to enter the GOP primary for Senate, but none as well known as the former governor. Democrats David Trone and Angela Brooks are also battling for their party's nomination, with recent polling from Trone's camp saying that he's leading the race. Both candidates reacting to Hogan's announcement tonight. Strong reactions, I'll add. Trone attacking Hogan, calling him a career politician who makes empty promises, and that a vote for him is a vote for abortion bans, voter suppression, and massive tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans. Meanwhile, Brooks is promising to beat Trone in the primary and then take down Hogan in November. She says she wants to protect abortion rights when she becomes a member of the Democratic majority. Now, Hogan's announcement comes as lawmakers in Annapolis gather to review Democrats' new juvenile crime plan, something we've been talking about a lot here. Democrats introduced the juvenile law reform bill last week, and so far it seems to have bipartisan support. The bill would allow prosecutors to charge children ages 10 to 12 with certain crimes, including firearm offenses, third-degree sex offenses, animal abuse, and car thefts. It would also lengthen probation time for felonies and misdemeanors. Under the bill, DJS would be required to hand over certain cases to the state's attorney's office, like felony cases or crimes committed while a juvenile was under DJS supervision. A number of states' attorneys have testified in favor of that bill, but critics say the consequences are too harsh for children. Car thefts continue to skyrocket across the city on the heels of more than 11,000 stolen cars in 2023. Today, I spoke with one woman who says she's already suffered back-to-back break-ins along Patterson Park this year. And after visiting the area this afternoon, we quickly learned she's not alone.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Clearly counting.
I mean, that's far up.
Is a lost cause.
I mean, you're going past 100 feet.
If you're trying to capture the city's dramatic upsurge in car thefts and break-ins,
this is like every car.
Just look down.
It sounds like someone just went on a one-street rampage.
Littering the ground along Eastern Avenue, beside a well-lit and heavily trafficked Patterson Park, back-to-back piles of shattered glass lining the entire street.
It's pathetic.
2 of those piles likely from Carrie Hall's car.
Last Friday, I got it fixed.
Who in the past 2 weeks,
when I went to my car this Monday, the same window was shattered.
Fell victim to back-to-back break-ins.
It's just frustrating, and got me to thinking, like, is this a safe place for me to be?
Taking to social media to share her story, Hall's Facebook post met with dozens of comments from area residents suffering similar situations and expressing the same concerns. One person writing, "We've had our car broken into twice in a parking pad, so no place other than a garage potentially is really safe." Another writing, "Loved the area but hated feeling scared the whole time. I left but missed the community." The latest data from BPD showing property crimes still driving in the wrong direction. In the first month of 2024, police recording 757 car thefts and 372 break-ins, putting thefts up 106% and break-ins up 69% compared to this time last year.
I've heard from people that cops are barely pursuing it.
With criminals showing no signs of slowing down.
When incidents do occur, and it's basically, hey, leave it to insurance.
Teddy Lindy is among those calling on police to step up proactive patrols.
Very rarely do you see cop cars police along this street at night.
I've been living here for almost a year now, and I do not see cops anywhere outside of Fells Point on a night out.
In a city with more piles of broken glass than cops on the street, residents left to question, what will it take to break the cycle of soaring thefts before their car is the next counted in the crisis?
I would hate for my car to get broken into, but if it happened, I wouldn't be surprised.
And, what are we paying all these tax dollars for?
And after touting success in the Western District, Mayor Scott is expanding his GVRS crime-fighting plan, but the district that it is moving into may not need it as much as others around the city. Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell has more on that move.
As we know, this is an election year, and Mayor Brandon Scott is seeking re-election. Political analyst John Dede says selecting the Eastern District is low-hanging fruit.
And thank you all for being here.
Just yesterday, Mayor Brandon Scott and his team announcing his group violence reduction strategy has officially expanded into the Central District and will next move into Baltimore's Eastern District.
We're beginning now to lay the groundwork for expansion to the Eastern District, our next GVRS district.
But why the Eastern, a district that was applauded last year for its success in reducing homicides and getting more guns off the streets? Here, City Councilman Mark Conway from a public safety hearing last June.
For the Eastern District, just wow. The Eastern District went from 36 gun arrests last year to 105 this year, which is insane. They're doing incredible work there, and we're seeing the returns, of course, in reductions in homicides, shootings, you name the crime, it's gone down in the Eastern District.
Then BPD attributed the success to enhanced resources in the district.
They're one of the few districts that does have a BSIC. So they have people who are constantly monitoring cameras, looking for characteristics of armed persons and other things that may lead to a handgun arrest. They also have 2 DAT teams. So you're getting double the DAT exposure by those officers who are crime focused for crime suppression. So you get a lot of that, also coupled with we have an East Side and West Side initiative.
While fielding questions during yesterday's expansion announcement, Scott also acknowledged the Eastern District's success.
They're already doing much of, if not most of, the GVRS work already is happening in the Eastern District, and you saw how well they did in the Eastern District with crime and violence last year.
So why not first expand GVRS, a strategy that pumps more police and resources into a targeted area, into more struggling districts? That's a question we sent to the mayor's office. Political analyst John Dede calls the move smart election year politics.
I think it is a smart political move to do something like this because it's an area that's having fewer problems, which is easier to show success when you're doing that. It's like tutoring an A student instead of tutoring a C student. It's going to be easier to show results with the A student than the C student.
Now, you may recall when Mayor Brandon Scott officially implemented GVRS 2 years ago, he selected the Western District first. The Western District, historically known to be the most dangerous district in the city. We're still waiting on a response to our questions. Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
For the second year in a row, President Biden is skipping the traditional pre-Super Bowl sit-down interview. I'm Christine Frizell with why that decision is raising questions. Coming up.
And over the next few hours, we'll stay dry with temperatures slowly falling to the mid to upper 40s. But tomorrow, we return to a rainy pattern. I'll let you know how many days to expect the rain and how it looks for the weekend in my full forecast.
Welcome back. At a press conference denouncing the special counsel's questions about his memory last night, President Biden misspoke, mixing up Egypt and Mexico.
Initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in.
It is one of several recent gaffes for the president, who has mixed up European leaders twice in the past week alone. On Wednesday, Biden told donors that he spoke with German leader Helmut Kohl, who died in 2017, when he meant Angela Merkel. On Sunday, Biden called the president of France, Francois Mitterrand, who died in 1996. And last month, Biden mistakenly referred to former President Trump as the sitting president. Now, these mistakes are examples of why the president's advisors are reportedly avoiding putting him in unscripted situations, even turning down the annual presidential Super Bowl interview. Sinclair national correspondent Christine Frizzell explains why this has some people concerned.
From retaliatory airstrikes on Iran-backed militants in Iraq and Syria to positive economic news and President Biden's win in the South Carolina Democratic primary, it's been a news-making week for the White House. But noticeably missing from much of these announcements and events, the president himself. Now, he's declined to take part in the traditional pre-Super Bowl interview for the second year in a row.
I think it's indicative of the fact that he doesn't trust himself on live mics. And he's been avoiding press conferences. He's been avoiding conversations with principals.
The White House defending the decision this week.
You know, we know that the viewers who tuned in, they tune in to watch the game. The president will find many other ways to communicate with Americans.
While former President Trump skipped the 2018 pre-Super Bowl interview, Biden has participated in fewer interviews overall, 86 compared to Trump's 300 and Barack Obama's 422 at this point in their presidencies.
It amazes me that there are not more Democrats who really reject this kind of public appearances, lack of public appearances by the president, lack of press conferences. I mean, we're in crisis. The Middle East is in crisis.
An NBC News poll released Sunday shows the president's current approval rating is at 37%, and just 34% approve of his handling of foreign policy. President Biden does often engage in gaggles with the press, both at the White House and on the road. But there are concerns that skipping the Super Bowl sit-down is a missed opportunity to speak to millions of voters directly, especially when issues like the southern border and the economy are top of mind for so many.
I would think it's a bad way to campaign, but it's certainly a bad way to run the country.
As of now, President Biden's next high-profile remarks will be his State of the Union address, which is scheduled for March 7th. In Washington, I'm Christine Frizzell.
Now, it's not just President Biden. Former President Trump has also had his share of gaffes lately, memorably confusing presidential candidate Nikki Haley with former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people, soldiers, National Guard, so whatever they want. They turned it down.
He also confused former President Obama with President Biden, thanked supporters for coming to Sioux Falls, South Dakota when he was in Sioux City, Iowa, and warned Biden would plunge the world into World War II, seemingly meaning a World War III. Trump's GOP rivals seized on these errors, with Ron DeSantis' campaign launching a Trump accident tracker before the Florida governor suspended his campaign.
We are getting ready for our next weather maker, and it's going to end the dry pattern that we've been enjoying. It could lead to impacts to your Saturday and even Sunday plans, but right now we're still dry. 51 and partly cloudy over Baltimore. If you'll be going anywhere over the next few hours, it looks good as temperatures continue to fall to the 40s. We're seeing the 40s and 50s around most of the state. Cumberland and Frederick, two of the warmer spots with temperatures still in the 60s. We've been nice and dry. We had plenty of sunshine. Now clouds are starting to move in ahead of our next weather maker. We're keeping track of a few showers to our south. These will move northeast overnight, and it could result in a couple of stray showers after midnight. We have a better chance for rain, though, tomorrow afternoon. Our high temperatures reach 63, keeping us well above average, but we're talking a big drop on Sunday, 52 for the high with more rain on the way, and the rainy pattern continues into Monday with temperatures staying in the low 50s, which is still above average for this time of year. Notice tonight we're keeping track of a couple of showers, mainly around 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Once we get to sunrise, we're looking at a mostly dry forecast. It's the afternoon when rain chances increase, and we're talking scattered showers around the state. The rain will be short-lived, and by about 3, 4 o'clock, we're talking a drier forecast with clouds lingering. We'll have another chance for rain, though, heading into Sunday. So again, that soggy pattern continues, and even into Monday, more rain. That rain will continue overnight and into Tuesday. There could be some heavy rain at times, possibly a couple of wet snowflakes, but we are talking little to no accumulation. It'll mainly be rain with temperatures staying well above freezing. We'll stay mostly dry after that, and it looks good into next weekend. Tonight, our temperatures drop to 43 with a few stray showers possible. This is followed by high temperatures reaching the low 60s tomorrow. We stay above average, but it's followed by a big cool down next week. Coming up, I'll have a closer look at just how low the temperatures get in the exclusive 10-day forecast.
Thank you, Jasmine. Fans are gearing up for the big game. Now just 48 hours away. We will have an inside look at all of the celebrations straight from Las Vegas. As we near the weekend, we are just 48 hours away from Super Bowl 58. And for many, when you think about football, there's a tailgate, there's the game, there's the party, and of course, there is always food. Ryan Schnee from our sister station in Salt Lake City took a trip to Las Vegas to see how fans are celebrating.
Hundreds of thousands from all over are in Las Vegas for Super Bowl 58.
It's really a nice place to visit.
And everyone's got to eat.
I think Las Vegas has become one of the biggest food cities in America.
Television chef Andrew Zimmern is in Sin City cooking up dishes for the taste of the NFL.
What does this event mean to you? Well, I've done this now for 23 years. The event was founded 33 years ago when we had our first Super Bowl in Minnesota.
The event focuses on ending student hunger, which is something Zimmern went through.
I took meals in the Salvation Army. I took meals in soup kitchens.
Zimmern says once upon a time, Thanksgiving was the biggest food consumption day of the year.
That was eclipsed, and it's now doubled by Super Bowl Sunday. It is insane what has happened over the last decade and a half.
So whether you're at home for the big game or in Vegas,
You can have a lot of fun here, visit great restaurants.
Football and food are on the same team.
What is it like to try to pick a restaurant around here?
That's the foodie question in a city where everything seems to be bursting at the seams. According to the Las Vegas Convention Visitors Authority, more than 40 million visitors in 2023, with 154,000 hotel rooms. So where's everyone going to eat?
Yolo's in Planet Hollywood comes to top of mind. I don't know why. They have wonderful tableside guac.
It's pretty interesting to try all food like from different restaurants, especially, for example, from Sinatra.
The ones was excellent. Best fajitas I've ever had.
Some of the best Korean, Japanese, Thai, regional Chinese, Filipino restaurants that there are. And I think that's a really amazing thing for people to explore here, especially because it takes you off the strip.
A city with something for everyone.
There's so many options.
How does it stack up compared to other cities you've been to?
It's probably the best because you have thousands and thousands of choices.
Vegas is for the foodies. According to TripAdvisor, there are roughly 4,300 restaurants here in the city.
Any type of food that you could possibly want, it's here.
Well, we are getting ready for our next weather maker tomorrow, leading to afternoon scattered showers. Otherwise, we'll stay mostly cloudy, 63. You may want the umbrellas if you are heading to the Be More Healthy Expo. 52, so a drop in temperatures on Sunday with scattered showers. More rain on Monday. The rain continues overnight and into early Tuesday, 46 for the high. Then we're looking at 50 on Wednesday and the 40s and 50s after that. Rebecca?
Thank you, Jasmine. And she just mentioned it. If you are looking for something to do this weekend, the Be More Healthy Expo is the place to be. Meteorologist Amy Aronson was at the Be More Mini Expo this morning for a sneak peek.
We are wrapping up our mini expo, getting us ready for the Be More Healthy Expo tomorrow by talking about teeth. You can see where we are. We're on the Colgate Bright Smiles, Bright Futures truck right now. I'm here with Anika Ford's Grant, and you are telling us what you guys do on this little van when people come visit you.
We have so much fun when we are on this van, and yes, we do get little people that come on this van. So we provide dental education as well as oral health screenings for children 12 and under. We go through brushing, so we show them how to properly brush their teeth.
Stuff, very important.
And we also go through flossing, especially for those teeth that touch each other.
Oh yeah, can't have that. Right?
And we have so much fun. We have a little selfie.
I love that.
So we make it a very fun activity for them when they come on the van, make it very akin as if they're going to a dental office.
That's cool.
Kind of eliminate the fear and bring some fun positivity on it. Exactly. And this program has been around since 1991.
That's awesome.
We've served globally 1.7 billion children and their families. And this van lives in the Maryland area, but it travels around the DC, Virginia area, just making sure that we are able to provide the dental screenings and the oral health education to children and their families.
Okay, awesome. And people can find this van tomorrow at the Be More Healthy Expo?
They can. Super excited. Can't wait to see everybody.
Okay, awesome. Well, we look forward to it. Look for the van. You won't be able to miss it tomorrow. If you want more information right now on everything happening, foxbaltimore.com/newslinks.
Thank you, Amy. Join us for the Be More Healthy Expo tomorrow at the Baltimore Convention Center. The free event includes health screenings, cooking and dancing demonstrations, and a chance to meet your favorite Fox 45 News personalities. You know, I'll be there. Jasmine will be there. The Be More Healthy Expo runs this Saturday, February 10th from 10 a.m. through 4 p.m. And that's all for your Fox 45 News at 6. Family Feud is next. We will see you again tonight at 10.